are things that you can do. All right, something also to think about. Now, if you cut two of these the same and you have paper on here, you're going to want to think about the direction if you've got a text or something like that, because what you're going to wind up doing is rotating and covering them like that. You cut them both with the thing going like that. So what I do is I take my die and I take like a Sharpie, like a silver Sharpie, and when it comes out, I write front, I flip it, I write back. That way I know my text is going that way. So all you're going to do is fold these up, and what I usually do is lay them over a table, and because you want to have even pressure when you bend them over. If you don't, you could risk, you know, the mat board kind of splitting, because it's layers and layers of paper, and you want it to all fall together. Okay, so now we have, and the first time you cut, you always have these little rubber things. So what we're going to do is just take our two pieces that we cut out and scored or folded, line them up like that, and fold them up, and you have this little card case, but we're going to put the pockets in. So same thing, fold over on all the score lines. And this is, I just love this every time. It's like, yes, fold. Because before I was doing this with like knives, and you know, it just never lined up right. Wow, what a pain. So it's magical that every time it's going to be perfect. You just need the tools. So what I do is I take this on tape, and something I like to do on the pocket is I keep my tape like running all through. I don't break it off, because then it will kind of help adhere the pocket itself together. Plus it takes less time. I am a lazy crafter. If there's an easier way to do it, I want to do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I take it down to here, line it up, and just kind of squish it and then turn it. That wasn't a great one, but
it's a great idea, because most of us don't do that.
I know. Well, I don't always do it, but I just like that
it definitely holds it all together, so that when you put it in place, it's perfect.
Because your hands can't be everywhere. That is a horrible job.
And our husbands don't want to be our spare hands.
No, the nerve.
I know.
So then you can put it, you know, wherever you want inside the book. You can put them on the two inside covers. You can just put one. The fun thing about this too is you've got to mention, even after you fold this up, you still have a little room here if you want to put in like a little booklet or like a pocket with a card in it, or a flower on something.
Or a bunch of ephemera.
Yeah, yeah.
Happy mail.
Yes. And the other thing that you can do is, say you don't want to make pockets, and you don't want to make a big book. You just take your scissors or your craft knife, chop it off, chop this off, line up the one, and you have this skinny little book. You can have it flip around, but honestly, this is designed for the pockets. If you don't, it won't fit. But you can just chop these off too, and then you have two little, I think I have a, like this. You know, you just have a cute little book. And it's 3.5 by 4.5, which is a cute size. Actually, if you have the Dollar Tree notebooks, they fit perfectly. I did not plan that, but I'm very happy. So let me just show you some of these other ones. So you can take like your, journaling cards that come on the paper, the scrap of paper, just stick them on, use them for decorations. She did make two, and then it's great also for when you get the packages, the pattern paper packs. And it's like, what am I going to do? I use the two pieces I like. Now I have all these other ones. So you can put them inside. Oh, there she is again. Hello. And then this is what I do with the buttons.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, I stitch them on here. It's really easy, and then you just kind of wrap it around. Or, I think I have one. The other thing, this is really easy. So this is just 20 or 21 inches of elastic. And all I did was I took the elastic, threaded it through 2 buttons. I took front and back. And then you just wrap it around for closure. I am going to put that other one in, but close it. And you just take this, flip this around, and over. I mean, how fast is that?
Yeah, that's
Just
kind
'cause-
of like traveler notebook
yeah,
kind of thing.
Right. And if
Fabulous.
you don't want, sometimes you put things in here and you don't want them coming apart.
That is a perfect little gift idea to do a bunch of little note cards.
Yeah, that would be adorable.
Yeah.
I think I will put these in. Yeah, they're fun. I don't always put 2 journals because sometimes I like to take, let me show you the other die. Right here. All right, these are fun too. This one is a window pane envelope.
Oh,
So
cool.
there's these little pieces that will cut out, you know, like a return address. You put a little cellophane in there.
It's my
Stacy?
turn to get a picture
How are
of
you? All right.
I get to fangirl about you now.
Do you guys know Stacy?
Everybody knows
Everybody
Stacy.
knows Stacy.
Hi everybody, I'm fangirling. Okay, let me get a good picture of you, girlfriend.
I mean, just the thing that I like about steel rule is you can cut so many things with it, you know? I mean, these thinlets are nice, but it's paper basically. Maybe a little fabric. But here, like, I can take mat board, I can cover it with metal, and I cover it with sheets of aluminum.
Wow.
And then you can emboss it, and it is amazing. You can foil it, you know, whatever it is you do, you can put it on here. I mean, this is heavy duty. It's not going to be wimpy. It'll be great.
Yeah, that's like that's chipboard basically.
This is mat board. There's the.
But I mean, it feels like
Yeah.
basically like
Yeah,
chipboard,
the
except
weight
I
of
think
it.
the
Yeah.
chipboard actually seems more like layers of cardboard kind of thing.
Well,
This
that's
seems
like
like it's
chopped up.
more compressed.
This
I'm
is,
probably not explaining what I'm thinking.
No,
but
it's,
yeah.
this is layers of paper. They're smushed down, and then, you know, like usually color on top, color on or white on the bottom. Like mat board where you would mat and frame stuff, you know?
Yes.
But this is just like the white. So the reason I like this, it used to come in black, cream, and white. And I just went to the white all the time because you can add the color.
Yeah,
know?
you can do whatever you want
The
to it.
black is pretty cool though, but we don't have any. But one thing I do want to say, if you're going to, you know, put this together, I usually put the one, whichever one is prettier, you know, points up prettier, I put that on the front and then I wrap it around because it just looks cleaner
Yeah.
instead of having this when you look at it.
Yep.
So then, and I just use, you have to use strong adhesive because this stuff, it likes to spring back on you. If you don't, you know, fold over all the flaps, there's resistance. So just make sure you use a strong adhesive. You could use a good glue, like I'll use art glitter or something, but I make sure it's, you know, down there.
I would probably use both, just
Yeah.
me.
You know,
Because depending on your own experience and your humidity and all of that stuff,
well, that's true.
the strong tape will work well, but then the art glitter glue will give you that little extra oomph.
Thank you. The one thing I don't like to use is hot glue
Yeah,
because
that peels
it's too
off,
bulky.
and it peels off.
Yeah, it can, and when it
Yeah.
gets hot or cold, sometimes it'll let go. But plus, and now another
You
thing
need a
that-
pokey tool.
I know, I have one.
I can't do it with my nails, so.
I can't either. I don't know why I tried that. But the other thing that I'll do sometimes, because I don't like when it's too bulky, I will take it and kind of peel off a couple layers of it, whatever's underneath, and then, you know, and it makes it a little easier sometimes for it to stick. And when I put it together, I put it up here so that it lines up, and then just kind of, you know, just press it lightly and then make sure everything's even, and then you can press it down. And then you have this, you know, and anybody could do anything on this. Even
Yeah.
the white one is just pretty, you know.
Yeah.
If you paint, I started, like I was saying before, I started doing watercolors. But I have like just this little watercolor practice one. You could do it directly on here. She covered it. This is covered with
Burlap
burlap.
fabric.
Like, isn't that pretty?
That is
And
gorgeous.
you can add different little latches and things and pocket. It's just so pretty. fun to explore, you know. And also these paper collections.
I agree. She needs to show the art one with the one with the brushes. That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous.
Yeah. Now this one, you know, she didn't fold this, and it's funny because she's in Puerto Rico, and I think I hadn't included the directions for it, and she didn't know what to do with it. I just sent her the cuts, and she sent me that. I'm like, genius, you know.
Yeah.
And that's why I like when people do their own thing with it, because it just gives more options and more reasons that you want to have it. Because you might want to make one like this one time and make one like that another time. So yeah, I mean, this is that, and that's adorable. I mean, that is just.
It's cute.
I know.
This is a close to my heart lady made this.
Yes,
Close
she
to my
is.
heart paper.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, she did this one too.
That's
Yeah,
cute.
she's a new girl on my team, and so I'd sent her the cuts. And you know, sometimes I'll do a Facebook Live. Hey! I do a Facebook Live, and I say this is how I do it, and then I just hadn't had time to do one, so she just did her own thing, which is great. That's like your best scenario.
You're showing how to make these albums.
I'm sorry.
You're showing how to make the albums.
Yeah.
You make technique.
They're dies. Yeah, so you
It's
dice
that. It's
This is the
a
die.
humongous die.
Did you start again since you obviously almost finished?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty basic. We're just taking mat board and we're running it through the machine, and it's cutting out the shape. And then we have this little book. It's magic. I mean, really.
It's magic.
How much time did that take to put together? If I
It
had
took longer to figure out the switch.
to know this running. The switch. We had a little. It was a typical day, even though it's a trade show, you know. But see, I only have to do that one time, and then it all comes off. I can grab it. And the only thing about this, you just want to make sure you get it inside the lines. Like, I just leave a tiny little bit on either side, just to give it, you know. And there you go.
That
so
is
you
fabulous.
can see there's a little bit of room in there, you know.
Yep.
So, what would you guys do with it? You have ideas?
The first thing that popped into my mind was note cards and a gift for
Yes.
someone. Like, you've got some family member that loves your cards, so make them some little mini
Yes.
birthday, thank you, whatever note cards. Stick them in the pockets and give them the whole thing so that they have something to hold them in.
Right.
Because people don't put things in nice places. But yeah,
Do you guys do ATCs, or do you?
that would be a good idea
Yeah.
too.
Because they fit.
That's
in there.
perfect size for ATC.
Or journaling cards, the 3x4.
When I was
fit in
looking
there.
at one of the junk journals, I was thinking of a couple of my friends that do junk journals all the time, and this would be perfect for what she was doing.
So you can change the journal.
Yep.
Yeah. Right, and you can.
These
do-
are all lovely.
And then there's. Let me show you the other dies, which I.
And this is the one that that caught my eye just because
I
of the
know.
shine from the acetate. That is too cool.
You can also cut leather, which is beautiful.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I didn't have time to make one. I usually do a leather one because then you can emboss it, 3D emboss it, and it's so there we go. Long way to go there, but we did it. So let me show you the other ones too. Okay, this is the envelope. What is it called? Journaling card, envelope, and window. So this cuts. She made a little, little book out of it.
Oh cool.
You can overlap them, like layer 2 of them. So you have this little junk journal. It's so cute. It's a little floppy. But all your little ephemera, you could make a little ephemera holder. Stuff sticks in there so much. So here's the little envelope or window. Envelope. Here's the journaling card. So what I did in one of the other ones I made was I took this and I laid it on my machine. Wait a minute. Do I have? Yes. Hello. And I made a little booklet out of 4 of these. Doesn't really even matter. Where's Nancy? Where did they put my...
They hid the platform.
Yes, need the platform. Okay, I usually use my chrome. Well, no, not with this. The chrome I use for intricate. I mean, but I love that. Actually, I don't even need to. These, you know what? I might have cut these. No, I couldn't have, because they're not folded. But anyway, you can see that's what it looks like. So let's fold Flurpin, and I'll show you how to make a little book. Do you want to see it? Are you okay? Because I have a chair here. But these are just kind of fun, and this paper is crazy. This is the 49 and Market, and every page goes together, and you know.
And it's nice and thick too.
It's very thick. It's actually, this might be too thick sometimes. And the other thing I don't like about that is that sometimes you have to cover it, and you can't pick which side you like. You like them both. So,
Yeah, I'm thinking putting like just plain paper inside, and those are the covers for little
could do
notebooks.
that. You
Yeah,
could do that. You
because
could
that's
stick it
a
in
nice
the-
thick.
in the pocket.
That is nice and thick. Yeah,
Look at that, yeah.
to make them into little notebooks.
Bunch of little notebooks.
A bunch of little notebooks. And then you could either stitch them or you can staple them with like a tiny
Yes.
attacher or something.
You could. What I was thinking, although I don't think I want them all with that red, but let's just do it. Oh, yeah. I don't know if my glue is going to work because I lost my pin. There must be somebody here with a steel pin. Please come out. Anyway, what I do, I could use adhesive too, but I just run lines of glue.
Okay, give me a
This is
second.
not my day. Alright. Anyway, it's not like a genius thing, but they're so quick. You know, so you just little adhesive, you put your thing on. I could have done down the side too. Oops, wait a minute. Oh, that's kind of a cute little thing. Didn't mean to do that, but kind of like it. Do one going that way. So this will be a little accordion, but you could do little pocket books, you know. You got it working. Just have to make sure they all lay right. So, you know, you've got, and you have pockets in here. I am a loser. I'm sorry.
Once it dries, you'll have pockets in
I
there.
know.